welcome to another episode of the Jack Films podcast. I am joined once again by my father, Paul Price.
Afternoon, morning, whichever part of the day it is for you.
Yeah, exactly. For us, it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
We decided to do this early because I want to go down to things like one of a kind stuff, and my mate still hasn't texted me because I can say it because he doesn't watch the channel. He's a crazy person.
Crazy.
But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to talk about, Dad, like trailers, news, and reviews. So I think we should just
get into it.
Yeah. All right. So Five Nights at Freddy's. I didn't do a reaction to some of these movies. This was one of them because I was like, I might just run to the podcast because I am kind of skeptical about this movie. I grew up with the Five Nights at Freddy's games, and I really like them. They scare the shit out of me, which is what they're supposed to do. But this movie actually looks really, really good. I'm shocked. So, Dad?
Yeah, I only watched the trailer the other day. I was never into Five Nights at Freddy's. Thought it was a bit of a weird game myself. But yeah, no, the movie looks alright. Probably give it a bit of a watch, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these we might not go to cinemas. We might just wait around to Netflix or Disney, depending on
where they come
what
out.
the contracts are.
Yep.
I would presume this one would be more Netflix.
Yeah, right, okay.
But because it's not made by like 20th Century Fox or Disney or something like that. I think it's by Universal. So, but no, I think that this movie has a potential to be a real, real good horror movie.
Yeah.
That's based on gaming, unlike some other games that are based on some other movies that are based on video games, and that they're good to not that great.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm.
So when does this one start?
I think Halloween.
Oh, so it comes out this year, so November.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just gonna check. Five Nights at Freddy's movie 2023 27th of October 2023.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah.
But it says US. I don't know if that means we're getting it over here. But I mean, I was surprised to see that Matthew Lillard was in this.
Is he the main character?
No, he was the one on the phone that was like, oh, the dudes don't necessarily want to sell the place yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the main guy, so the main guy is Peter from Hunger Games.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the main actor. The other actors I don't really know besides those two, but because I don't really see a lot of his stuff, so I'm excited to see something that's more, because I don't think he's been in a horror movie before.
Yeah, right. Do you class this as a horror movie? It's only rated M, isn't it, out here?
Yeah, but it's more kind of like in the realm of like a jump scare type thing than like blood and gore.
Yeah.
But I think you could still kind of
class it as a horror.
Yeah,
okay.
because there's still like a lot of.
I would have thought maybe suspense.
Yeah, suspense. Because a lot of those games are based on horror.
Okay.
But they're more. I mean, you're the only one trying to survive.
Yeah.
There's no friends with you in those games because it's a one-player game.
Yep.
So they're following the tradition of the games where you need to check the monitors, you need to check the rooms, and stuff like that, and see if any of the animatronics that look like that they're actual animatronics and not. I will presume it's CGI, but
yeah.
They actually look really good for what they are.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see it. I love Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm probably going. We might have a game of one of them.
Yeah.
Before this comes out, just leading up to it. So, yeah, no, I'm excited for it. So, let's go to the next one, Dad. The next one, we have the second Blue Beetle trailer.
Beetle.
Yes, and this one, it's only the last. This is the last trailer, which is weird. They only did 2 trailers, which makes me kind of concerned because looks like that Warner Bros. Is not going to give a crap about this movie.
Why not?
Oh, because they normally do 3 trailers. You look at the Flash, that got 3 trailers. Shazam got 3 trailers.
Yeah, I
All
suppose.
these DC movies got 3 trailers, but this one got 2, and it has way less marketing than things like the Flash and Shazam and stuff like that.
When does it come out? Soon, isn't it? I think it's soon.
I want to say it's. I don't think it's October. I mean, September 14th. It says for Australia.
So next month.
Yeah.
Oh no, this month. Sorry, we're in September now.
No, we're in.
August. Sorry, yeah, no, we're in August. So next month. Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
He's still.
who's done this? This isn't a James Gunn thing, is it?
No, but what James Gunn said was that this movie, this is our first character in the DCU, but not the first DCU.
So
movie.
James Gunn, what is he producing or is he directing now for DC?
I mean, I don't know if he's producing or what because he is currently trying to figure out what's going on with Superman Legacy.
Yeah.
Because at the moment that we're recording this, we're still in the actors and writers strike at the moment.
Yeah.
So, because at the moment, actors can't shoot anything.
No.
They
So the
can't
whole
reshoot
industry's
things.
just ground to a halt, has it?
Yeah, so it's just one of those things where it's like, when you get into that type of thing, you do get a bit concerned because last time when we had a writer's strike was like 2008, 2009.
Yep.
And you got pretty dodgy movies that year, like Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and some of those other movies that were affected by the writer's strike.
Yeah.
And even movies that came out after the writer's strike, with like Ghostbusters 2 back in the 80s.
Yeah, okay.
Those movies kind of get affected a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you don't know about that. I mean, the actual movie, it looks actually quite good. I mean, I think to me, it's the DC's version of Iron Man. But
yeah, you see, I was going to ask you, are you still on that side of?
yeah, I
looks
think
like
it
Iron
is.
Man.
Yeah, it's similar. It's got similar traits, from what you can see in the trailers. But
Yeah.
it'll be with a touch of Loki with those funny little tentacle things.
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously he's a beetle. But yeah, no, I think it'd be worth a watch.
I mean, you get to see your mate from Cobra Kai as the main
Yeah, he's
character,
good. I actually
so-
quite like. I don't know his name, but he's quite a good actor.
Yeah, Jaime Reyes
Okay, yeah.
is his name. I bet I'm butchering it, but it's along those lines.
Yeah.
Jaime Reyes, I think. But also, we get to see one of the actors that I grew up with, George Lopez, in there.
What's he do? What's he playing that?
The dad.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the opening bit where they're trying to... Where you do the whole thing where he tries to jump off the roof.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and he's the... Because Jaime just kind of turns to him and is like, you're very clever, and he's like, I know! So, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen George Lopez in a long time.
Yeah.
Since, maybe 2009 was when Troop Mom came out.
Oh, it's he that did that trip, Mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And he also did Grouchy Smurf in the Smurfs 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of things when I was little.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That I used to watch. So, but no, it's like, I always thought that the trailers looked good for this movie. My only concern is that I feel like no one's going to see it.
Oh, you reckon?
Because not a lot of people has been marketing, and they're literally, like, I saw a video the other day that there was, like, 2 spots taken for one cinema for Blue Beetle, and the rest of the cinema was empty.
Well, yeah. that's another discussion in it. Cinemas.
Well, exactly. It's like because after the Flash, people don't give a shit about DC.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some people. I mean, look, you've got your diehard fans with everything though. Like whether it's Marvel, whether it's DC.
Yeah, but I think even the diehards are like, oh, look after the Flash because even though that some people do like, oh, it's a really great movie, the people that are like, oh no, it's not a great movie, are kind of rubbed on the wrong way with DC.
Yeah, yeah.
Because not a lot of people love Shazam 2. We did, but not a lot of people did.
No. I don't know why. I actually found it quite humorous.
Yeah, and then you had like the Flash, which was really good. The thing that mainly rubbed people the wrong way was mainly the CGI.
What's that in?
The Flash. Because the Flash was very ordinary with the CGI.
Yeah, I didn't mind the Flash. I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, but you gotta agree, the CGI was a bit...
Possibly, especially in this day and age, I suppose.
Well, especially when you see like the Nicolas Cage cameo and Christopher Reeve. The CGI during that whole bit is...
Bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Even when the CGI credits, when the dog's falling, that looks cartoony as hell.
Yeah, it did a bit. Yeah.
I was surprised that was the credit scene. But anyway, that's too much on the Flash. But I'm actually very excited for Blue Beetle. I think that this is going to be interesting of how they use this character and movie that is part of the DCEU, but is going to end up being in the DCU.
Yeah, yeah.
And how... Because it's not going to be like what the Flash expected to be, where it's going to bridge the universes. But they are going to bring Jame's Blue Beetle into the DCU and use him in like a Justice League or Teen Titans or something.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. Because this is like a new character, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Blue
because
Beetle.
the last movie that I think... that thing got pushed to next year, I think. Don't think it might come out, but Aquaman The Lost Kingdom. Which I don't think anyone's really going to see. Just because the first one made $1 billion doesn't mean that a lot of people are going to see the
next one. I haven't even seen the first one yet, so I can't comment.
Well, exactly. So, we are going to eventually review the DCEU eventually.
Great.
I
can't wait to watch every single one of them.
There's not as many as the Marvel movies though, so...
Yeah, can't wait.
It's less stressful. So... But no, I think this next chart, Dad...
Next one?
The slide, yep. Let's talk about Ahsoka.
Oh, so this looks quite good.
Yeah.
This is a series though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I
mean, we're not so good at watching the series. We haven't even finished watching
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion yet.
Yeah,
so.
that's the problem with doing episodic television.
Yeah.
Because they have been doing the whole like drop one a week thing, but I think there are some shows that they're deciding to just drop all at once.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that when they do that, it's a less quality show.
So tell me, is the writers and actors strike? Does it affect TV as well as?
Oh, I think it affects everything.
It
but
does.
I think
It affects
the
everything.
stuff that's in post-production, like Ahsoka, like Blue Beetle, like Five Nights at Freddy's, those movies are still able to come out.
Yeah, right, okay.
Even, I think, some of the movies next year, because they legit... I mean, we're going to talk about this in 2 trials' time, but that Legend of the White Dragon, that comes out next year, and they dropped a trailer for that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that some of these movies will end up coming out next year, but I think that the stuff that was in the middle of shooting that was going to come out next year is going to be a bit of a wait.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, but no, but this Ahsoka, it looks quite good. I thought, yeah, no, give that a bit of a watch.
Yeah, the problem is that I would have to watch the Clone Wars or Rebels.
Why? Haven't you seen them? You've already seen them.
The series.
Oh, that. Well, we sort of watched that. That's the animated series.
Yeah, because like when you watch the trailer, a lot of the characters, like there's a bit where I don't think it's Ahsoka, but one of the characters touches like a mural.
Yeah.
And you see the Rebels characters on that mural in the animation style that the Rebels
Okay,
series is.
yeah.
So it's like a lot of this is a sequel to Rebels.
Yeah, right.
So
I don't know. I think it'd be alright to watch as a standalone.
well, I think so too, but it's one of those things where it's just like because when I watched the first trial, I was like, oh, I will actually be able to watch this. But when I saw this trial, I was like, oh, they actually talk about characters like Sabine and that sort of stuff from Rebels.
Yeah.
And they're apparently going to be huge parts in the series.
Yeah, right, okay.
So, but yeah, I think it should be fine, but I think it's one of those things where you just like, and plus I've heard rumors that Hayden is coming back as Anakin.
Yeah,
so,
right, cool.
In like the Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'll be dead at this point because the Clone Wars, the last season of Clone Wars took around the same time as Episode 3.
So this is after that, is it?
This is after Clone Wars, but after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah.
Because I think that this would be this around the same place as no, maybe a little after Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
Because
right,
I think this
okay.
would be after Darth Vader got killed in Episode 6.
Okay, yeah.
Because Ahsoka was a teenager in the animated series, which Anakin and Obi-Wan were more likely adults.
Yep.
And then Obi-Wan and Vader got killed in the original trilogy, which Ahsoka would be still alive.
Yeah, okay. Right.
So,
Cool.
but yeah, no. So, really excited for Ahsoka. I'm the person that's least interested in Star Wars, and look at me, I'm bloody
Looking
excited for
forward to
Star
it.
Wars.
Good job.
Yeah, let's not get into that too much. At some point, we would have to rewatch the Star Wars movies.
Oh, here we go. Gotta rewatch everything. Rewatching it. Okay.
Oh god.
Here you go.
But yes.
Excellent.
Yes. So Wonka. This one is not a prequel to the Johnny Depp one, which part of me says thank goodness, but part of me goes like,
This is
really?
just a remake, isn't it?
No, this is a prequel to the original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they don't do like a. Well, I'm fine with that, but I didn't get into the original. I liked the Johnny Depp one more, but again,
Oh, the original one was good. I like the original.
I don't mind the Burton one because Tim Burton does a lot of really interesting and great stuff.
A lot of weird stuff.
Weird, but it's
Dark. The Johnny Depp one is dark.
yeah.
I liked it, but it's dark.
Yeah, but it kind of suits Burton though. You can kind of
Yeah, well, that's what he does.
yeah, which like that's why Batman is the best superhero for him because he can go as dark as he wants and it doesn't affect Batman really because Batman is a dark character.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's one of those things where it's just like I watched the show. I'm like, oh, actually, this actually looks real good. Surprisingly, that this guy didn't audition for the role.
Yeah.
But because I forgot what his first movie was, but I think after that, oh, I'm touching the mic.
Yeah.
I hate when I do that. But no, because I forgot what his first role was ever, but he doesn't audition for any of his movies. They just give it to him,
Because he's good.
and I'm just like,
You know what? There's a lot of actors
Yeah,
out
but
there
you
that
have-
don't.
yeah.
A lot of people, like when movies are written, when screenplays are written, the producers and the directors and that sit down and look at the screenplay and they go, you know what? Chris Hemsworth would be suited to this role, or Kate Blanchett, or Nick, what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson. They'd be suited to these roles. They don't. If they've got a good name, they tend not to have to audition.
yeah.
Maybe they still audition for some, but a lot of things they're written and they'll go, you know what, who'd suit this character? Such and such would suit this character. So they knock them, they ring them up and say, we've got a movie. Do you want to have a look at the script? Have a look. Tell us if you're interested.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's just one of those things where it's just like, I mean, I haven't really seen Middle Light. I haven't seen Dune, but I heard Dune's very, very good, so I need to watch that.
Was it part 2 or something released just recently?
No, that's coming out in December.
December, is it? Yeah, I've seen it advertised though.
Yeah, Dune Part 1 came around the same time as No Way Home because Zendaya's in both movies and she was promoting both movies at the same time.
Yeah, right, okay.
or maybe it was November it came out. But yeah, it was around the same time because Zendaya was in both movies and she was promoting both.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I think that it looks really good. I don't know if I'm gonna rush out to the theater to see it. But
Maybe not.
I'm more likely to rush out to something like Ghostbusters than Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'd rush out and watch it at the theatres. I might wait till it comes out on a streaming service. But the actual trailer, it looked quite good. It's because it sort of goes back right to the beginning where he turns up in this town and tries to set up as a chocolate maker, and
you even see like the whole thing that they kind of, I don't think that they did in the original, but what they did with the Bird one where they showed Willy Wonka going on his boat and then going to the Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
Doing that, so it's like
there's an Oompa Loompa in this also, and he starts.
That was at the end. It's one of those things where it's just like, I hope that there's more than just one in this movie. But like, I forgot who plays him in the Tim Burton one, but that's bloody hilarious. That guy.
Yeah, he was very good.
But yeah, I think it looks very good. I think it's one of those movies that I'm curious to see. I don't think I'm going to rush out to see it though.
Yeah.
Unlike some of these other movies that we're going to talk about next. So,
next one?
Yep, go. Alright, so next we have The Legend of the White Dragon. This movie is...
cringe.
I don't think I would go cringe.
I don't know if it's good. I watched it and went, that looks a bit... the storyline didn't seem...
Well, it wasn't...
fantastic.
It didn't really show much of the story, though.
No. So when does it get... So when does this one release in Australia?
Next year.
Yeah, right, okay.
This... I think that this is... I'm looking forward to this movie more than some of the other movies next year. I'm looking forward to this movie more than Garfield, because Garfield's coming out next year, apparently.
Yep.
More than... I don't know, more than Madam Web.
But this is more sentimental to you, though.
Well, yeah, but it's not really Power Rangers, though. It's just more...
No, but it's because of...
Yeah, JDF.
JDF, yeah.
Jason David Frank is really good. I think that he's one of the better actors in Power Rangers.
Yep.
Like, he sells the material that he's given pretty well.
Yep.
And he's been in other stuff other than Power Rangers, but it's one of those things where it's like, you wouldn't, like, watch it to see him.
So who's making this movie? What company?
Ban the Sun.
Okay.
I don't want to say a unknown company, because they do a lot of YouTube stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
They did a lot of stuff with JDF. I think that's how they got this off the ground.
Yep. So is this his last movie?
Yes.
Yep.
I think it has Power Rangers feels to it. The fact
Yeah, it
that they're in
does, actually.
suits.
Yeah.
But it's more serious than Power Rangers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can't really take Power Rangers seriously.
Well, we're going to talk about that a little later, but the thing is...
Do we have to?
Well, yeah, I put something in about it. But, no, I think that there are ways to make Power Rangers not look stupid.
Yeah.
Like we said last time in the last episode, how, like, Netflix is trying to do a reboot universe.
Yeah.
I think that there are ways to make it not look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there are ways to do the spandex depending on the property. I think that this is one of those things that...
But aren't we talking about this later?
Well, I'm talking about this as well.
Oh, this. They don't have spandex in this, do they?
Well, that's what it looks like the suit always, other than the helmet.
Oh, you mean this here?
Yeah, because, like, I don't think... This bit doesn't look
maybe.
Doesn't look like that, but when you see actual photos of the costume, it's just white spandex.
Oh, okay, yeah, righto.
But a little bit more detailed than the Power Rangers.
So is it it's not a Japanese-made movie, is it? But is it a Japanese storyline?
I'm not sure, because apparently Jason David Frank pitched it to Pan the Sun, going like, I have an idea for a movie. I think we should do this.
Yeah, right.
So I think it's his idea.
Yep.
Because he wanted to do a movie, he wanted to do a series, he wanted to do games, he wanted to do a whole universe. But because he died late last year, only the movie's coming out.
Yeah, right, okay.
So he wanted to, because they're creating the footage,
Yeah, right.
not like
okay.
stealing the footage like Power Rangers.
Yeah, yep. Yep.
So I think that again, it's only a teaser. We didn't get a lot in the trailer.
Yep.
But I think that once we get a official trailer, it shows a bit more of the storyline.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a bit more of a, I guess, important storyline, I guess, than like Once and Always.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though that one was pretty dark, they wrapped it around in a little bit of a goofy Power Rangers way, even though that was more serious than Power Rangers.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I'm curious.
Maybe
to
it was
see
coming of age.
Well,
When was Power Rangers first come out? In the 80s or 90s?
93.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they're coming of age.
Yeah, but like Once and Always, like we reviewed that earlier this year. That was serious, but I don't think that it was more serious that Power Rangers has been. But I don't think it was serious enough for people that weren't fans of Power Rangers to really grasp on the serious storyline because they just look at the people in spandex.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and plus the putties look.
You know what? For me, with Power Rangers, it's not so much the spandex; it's the fact that they turn into these bizarre characters like T-Rex and Dragon Zord.
But the Dragon Zord, I agree, is a bit stupid because that one it was an original idea.
Yeah.
But the rule is in Power Rangers. They don't explain this in the 2017 movie, but what they explained in episode 1 of the series is that all of those powers are basically not made by, but they're like dinosaur based.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's how you get Tyrannosaurus, even though that's a little confusing when you get to Saber-toothed Tiger and Mastodon, because those aren't really dinosaurs.
No.
But you kind of...
But they're prehistoric, I suppose.
Yeah, but I think that when you did like... I think they would try to look for the dinosaurs, but when you go like Stegosaurus, that just sounds stupid.
Yeah.
At least when you go Tyrannosaurus, that sounds cool.
Yeah, but a Stegosaurus is quite a gentle dinosaur, isn't it? Whereas a
Well, yeah, but when you
Tyrannosaurus
go to
is...
like Tyrannosaurus, T-Rex, and Pterodactyl, they're more...
Well, they're fierce, aren't they?
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I think that's what they were trying to go for. They were looking for fierce animals.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just going like Stegosaurus, because...
Yeah.
Yeah. But Dragon Zord was more... And even the Tiger Zord, they were more ideas that they had to try and make it sound prehistoric, but try and make it fit the canon of Power Rangers.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So, but again, we're getting into a whole different conversation.
Yes, we are.
But still
Okay.
tied to JDF, so...
Righto.
Yeah, next trailer, we have the final trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and honestly, I hear all this praise of going like, oh my god, it's the best Ninja Turtles movie ever made, and I'm like, you say the same thing with Spider-Verse and all of that, it's the best Spider-Man movie ever made, and I actually disagree.
That was the last Spider-Man one you saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't necessarily wrapped in that one.
I liked it, but I don't see how people go like, oh my god, it's the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Plus, when you had No Way Home come out.
I mean, this looks like a good movie. Like, it's got some good humour in it.
Oh yeah, the humour is on point. It is a little, I don't want to say frustrating, but it's weird that they're doing the Spider-Verse style.
Maybe that's
like
the
the
trend
art
at the
style.
moment. Maybe.
Well, I don't think so, because Pixar's still big, and they're not going to go to that art style. Because their 3D-ness is like...
So Pixar...
Because this is Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Oh, is this Nickelodeon?
Yeah, this is Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Don't know.
Because even their art styles is different, but they want to do different things with Turtles.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when you have Seth Rogen producing it, I haven't seen a lot of his movies, but the movies I have seen of his, I don't think he's produced. I think he's been in. He's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fitting that they go him as Bebop.
Yeah, yeah.
but then when you have like John Cena as Rocksteady and stuff, and plus, I've heard great things about Jackie Chan as Splinter, so I think that.
Well, yeah, he actually sounds quite good in it, Jackie Chan, but he's
Yeah.
good though.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things where it's like, I think, I could be wrong, but I think when I did my fan cast video for the Turtles, he was my choice for Splinter, for a live action Splinter.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think, I wasn't necessarily thinking animated, because again, tying back to the last thing we talked about, which was Legend of the White Dragon, and my choice for Shredder was actually Jason David Frank.
Yeah, okay.
Because he actually does martial arts.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So that was the reason why I picked Shredder, is because that they're actually both martial arts, Jackie Chan and Jason David Frank.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's one of those things where it's like, I'm excited for this movie, but I don't know if, not that the animation's going, I'm not negative towards animation, but I think that, like you, with Turtles and Spider-Man, that sort of stuff, more the superhero stuff, I prefer seeing live action.
Yeah, the live action one, I reckon they were good. I mean, the first one I reckon was better than the second, but this looks quite good. I probably would go to the picture theatre and see this.
Yeah, I don't think that a lot of the animation movies, like, not that they're bad movies, but it's one of those things where it's like, any show can do animation.
Yeah, yeah.
But every show can do live action too, but you kind of do the impossible when you do Turtles or Power Rangers and Marvel and DC in live action.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, when they do animation, I'm just kind of like, okay, well, it looks good, so I'll see it. But when they do, like, the live action stuff, I prefer.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, no, I think that it looks better than what I expected of Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the idea of having kids is actually good for the franchise.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Even
As I said, it brings in that whole different humour.
Well, exactly, and it also leads into the teenage aspect.
Yeah, yeah.
Of the Turtles, even though I don't mind the 20-year-olds sounding like teenagers, because I think that they do a decent job, because like a lot of teenagers don't act the way that the 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds do when they do Ninja Turtles, but I don't think that they're doing a bad job. I think it's just the way that they do the writing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of one of those things, but the Bay ones, they do sound a lot like college or adults.
Yeah, they try, they do.
So, but it doesn't help that they got Johnny Knoxville and stuff from Jackass, so Jesus Christ. But
this comes out this month, doesn't it?
Next month, September 7th.
Oh, okay.
The same day as My Big Fat Wedding 3.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Which actually looks hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. The first one was good. It was funny.
Me and Mum saw the trailer and we were like, this looks hilarious. We would definitely want to see that.
Yeah, right, okay.
So, but yeah, no, so I think we should get into the MCU, Dad. Alright, so the Marvels. We just watched this. I actually really like the trailers for this. I think that this is finally wrapping things from WandaVision and Miss Marvel, stuff that we had in Phase 4, that we started to get a little bit of payoff in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, looks like it's going to be a good movie.
Yeah.
We're a team.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great. You still need to see the Miss Marvel series.
I do, yeah.
But I guess we can talk about this. We are going to do rewatches of Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel. We're not going to do the whole MCU because, God, that's going to be... Not that we're going to be suffering through it, but that's going to be a lot. But I think that it'll be good to do Captain Marvel again.
Yeah, no, I'd watch Captain Marvel again.
Because it's actually, one, better than what people think, and also it ties directly into this, and same as Miss Marvel.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't think we need to do WandaVision, even though that the other chick is from WandaVision.
Oh, yeah, but she's...
But we get enough of her in the first Captain Marvel anyway.
Yeah.
That we can't get an idea of
That's
what...
Danvers. No, that's not
Danvers is Captain Marvel. Buddy...
Yeah.
Maria Rambeau.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the trailers look good, and we're actually getting to see Nick Fury.
Yeah, so he obviously hasn't got sacked like he is in Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
Soon as Brody sacked him.
I tell you what, I got spoiled for Secret Invasion because I was right.
What do you mean?
Remember how I told you that I think that Ray's a Skrull?
Yeah.
Apparently Ray's a Skrull.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, no, I'm excited to see this. I think that this looks like a really good movie. I think the villain is a little bit of a weak villain by the trailers.
Yeah, maybe. It'll be interesting to see
Marvel.
what that part of it's like. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that this is one that I'm probably going to get the bucket again. Yes.
How
Sue
unusual.
me, internet.
Yeah. Get the
I'm probably
bucket.
going to get the bucket again.
And the
same with
popcorn
Blue Beetle, and even though that I didn't get the one for Guardians, I was mad at myself that I didn't get the one for Guardians.
Oh, didn't you?
No, I did. I wanted to get the one for Guardians and Transformers.
They still had them on sale when we were there. When we went and
The
saw
Flash
Transform.
ones.
Well, was that Flash? Was it not?
Yeah, I had Flash. I had Flash and Shazam too.
Yeah, no, that's what you've got. But when we went and saw Transformers the other week,
Yeah, they had Flash.
didn't they? That wasn't a Guardians as well.
No, they sold our Guardians because Guardians
okay.
came up before the Flash and Transformers.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think a lot of people got the Flash buckets.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that this movie looks good. I am really excited to see it. I'm excited to do the rewatches and rewatch Captain Marvel and for you to watch Miss Marvel for the first time.
Yeah, no, it'll be good.
But yeah, so let's get into the next thing. Loki Season 2, they just dropped a trailer a few days ago. I didn't want to do a trailer reaction because I was like, I'll wait until I do it on the podcast because I think the podcast will be more interesting to talk about this with. Sorry I'm feeling around with this. I'm trying to look at the body scales. But, yeah, so, Dad, thoughts?
Yeah, no, look, I didn't really get into Loki season. I mean, I did. I watched the whole lot. It was okay. It went a bit weird, I reckon, towards the end. But I suppose it's all of this. It's a bit like what The Flash was, where they all go into different universes. They're bringing back and it's, to me, it's getting a bit tiring for me.
Yeah, but that's the problem too. Is that like when you have DC and Marvel doing the same thing, even though that DC did in one movie and Marvel literally told this Phase 4, 5, and 6 into the multiverse saga. When you have that, you kind of dabble into the multiverse in Phase 4, but it's not until you get into like Loki and What If that you really start to see that bit where Loki and Sylvie break Kane.
Yeah.
Or destroy Kane, and then the timeline from one timeline into multiple timelines.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you get a whole thing of the like the variants.
Yeah.
What If? Because that stuff would have played the same. Like, I think Steve would have been Captain America if Sylvie didn't wreck the multiverse. And Captain Carter wouldn't have become Captain Carter. She would have stayed Peggy.
Yeah, right, okay.
But I think that all the other stuff, like when you add No Way Home into it, I think that those universes already have been around.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was part of that break that they did in Loki.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that those were already multiverses that exist, but when Sylvie cut the multiverse in half, that's what made more multiverses.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to get paid off in things like Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about it in a minute, but we're going to see all these different cast members come back, whether if it's the same universe or not, because we're going to talk about it a little later, but we just rewatched the first X-Men. They're wearing all black suits in there.
Yeah.
So it's either they're all wearing black suits or they're doing what they are doing with Hugh Jackman at the moment, and they're wearing their comic accurate yellow, or in Storm's case, white suits.
Yeah, right, okay.
So I think that we're going to start and see that reconcile in like Deadpool and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's going to start and get the multiverse going. Which this one was kind of a... This story's a multiverse story, but Love and Thunder's not. Multiverse of Madness is. Black Panther's not a multiverse story. Where we're kind of all over the place at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think when we get to Deadpool and Loki Season 2, that's when you're starting to get... We have a very clear path of where this is going.
Yeah, okay.
But I think that a lot of these movies...
So who's looking after all of this now that James Gunn's gone?
Well, James Gunn doesn't run Marvel.
No, but he directed a lot of their stuff,
only
though.
the Guardians.
Is that all he did?
Yeah, he only did the Guardians, and then he came up with the ideas of the Infinity Stone stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Like, of where they should be.
Whereas he's now gone over to DC, and he's actually sort of the brains behind the whole thing.
Which is kind of what Kevin Feige's doing with the Marvel movies.
Yeah, right.
Because I think Kevin Feige has a vision of what... like, when a movie comes out and they kind of explain stuff that happened in, like, Love and Thunder or Multiverse of Madness...
Yep.
That's going to connect to those movies, and they're going to go like, oh, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
With the rules of that movie and the rules of this.
Yep.
So, I think that Kevin has a plan.
Yeah, right, okay.
I don't think that he's just
I'm sure,
stuff.
Yeah.
Just to shoot out random stuff.
Yeah.
I think that he does have a plan. It's just taking a while to get to that point.
Yeah.
But I think when you get to Loki Season 2 and Deadpool, you're going to start and see the more rules of the multiverse and how this stuff happens.
Yeah, right, okay.
So,
yeah.
I think that what makes me excited most about Loki Season 2 is that you actually get to explain more of what is happening to the multiverse after Loki Season 1 and No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Because we see a lot of that glitching in this trailer.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of like...
Well, that's the timeline splitting, they said.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of like what they did in the Spider-Verse movies, because the first Spider-Verse movie, they glitch in Miles' universe.
Yeah, okay.
But they don't glitch in their own.
Yeah.
So I think that part of their deal with Sony was we can... your Spider-Verse can combine with our Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And have the same rules, because when we get to Secret Wars, we would want to have everyone.
Yeah, right, okay.
Because that's when you would have all the past Marvel characters in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So, and then also we get to see old mate from oh my god, is it Temple of Doom? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom that they go see in the first like minute and a half of the trailer.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Can you fix this?
Yeah. And I've seen it before.
Yeah, that's the little guy.
Can you fix
the
it?
little
No.
kid. That's the little kid from Temple of Doom.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay.
Because he just met, well, not met, but reunited with Harrison Ford on the red carpet of Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah, right, okay.
So,
yeah,
that's the same actor that did the kid in Temple.
Yeah.
I think it's Temple.
What's old mate? Grey haired dude. What's his name?
Oh, Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. He plays a good part. I actually don't mind his humor.
I could be totally mistaken, but for some reason I think that he's Lightning McQueen, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's him.
Is it?
Yeah.
For some reason I keep...
Yeah, no, that's the voice of Lightning McQueen. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's also in things like the movie that we started to watch, Wonder.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. That's with the kid that's wears the space helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen all of it, though.
Oh, that's a good movie. Yeah, I've
he's
seen
also
it.
in a new movie coming out that I can't want to see, called Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Based on...
Oh, yes, I have seen that. I saw that when we went... The trailer for that at the pictures the other day.
Which, that actually looks really good.
Yeah.
Which I really want to see that, because that has like Danny DeVito and Rosario Dawson and that sort of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Who plays Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big name actors in that movie, and I think that they got more of the spirit of the ride of Disney World more than the original Eddie Murphy one does.
Yeah, right, okay.
Because I have the Eddie Murphy one.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's talk about let's go into the news bits, Dad. So David Constable and Rachel Brosnahan are the DCU Superman and Lois Lane.
So when does this isn't coming out anytime soon? Because
No, this is 2025.
yeah, okay.
But they're in production of.
So is this part of the DCU universe now?
Yeah.
Or DCU, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. James, there's the DCEU, which is the Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill universe, and there's the DCU, which is like David Cornsweet and
What's the E stand for?
Extended.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
But yeah, so I think that James Gunn is directing and writing this movie.
Yep.
So I think after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I'm kind of sold with him doing the Superman movie now.
Yep.
My worry was before, not that because I actually really like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but I see him more doing jokes than the serious movie.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So I was worried that Superman was going to throw a ridiculous joke while he's fighting Zod or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I was kind of going like, really, James Gunn's going to direct? But I've come around to him directing it because I think after Volume 3, even though that had a lot of jokes, I think that at the heart of it, he got what you can see why he probably did Superman Legacy.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is
so is this his first movie, Guns, is it? In the DCU?
In the DCU, yeah. I don't know. I don't think he's not directing every DC movie.
No, okay. But he's got a fair bit to do with each of them.
Yeah. He's playing up the storyline of all of the course of the movies.
Yeah.
Very much like how Phase 1 of the MCU is like one story to lead up to Avengers.
Yep.
And very much how Phase 2 is leading up to... Well, I guess that phase is more it's a darker phase, so you're kind of seeing the falling out of the Avengers in Ultron and then introduced to Ant-Man, which leads into Civil War in Phase 3.
Yeah, yeah.
And then all that phase leads up to Endgame. And then Endgame was more your epilogue to Phase 3.
Yeah, right, okay.
And then when you get to the multiverse saga now.
Yeah, okay.
So, he does have a plan. It's just one of those things where it's like you haven't seen the full announcements of the Gods and Monsters. Because Gods and Monsters is what they're calling like their first phase.
Yeah, yeah.
But they have announced that they're doing a Batman movie and stuff, but we don't heard who's directing, but we probably think that Andy Muschietti, who did The Flash, is directing.
Yeah, okay.
So, I'm actually okay with that because I think they did a really good job with both Affleck and Keaton.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though that he was taking a lot of styles of Snyder and Burton.
Yep.
But I think that he did a great job at using those styles.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
In that movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens. We obviously don't know who David Constable and Rachel Brosnahan are.
Soon find out.
Yeah, exactly. I think that they're in some Netflix stuff.
Yeah, okay.
But stuff that I don't necessarily
know much about.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's like, I like stuff other than the superhero stuff, but it's like the other stuff is more stuff that looks interesting or I've seen before type stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
When I'm trying to discover something new, I'm kind of iffy on what I want to discover. So, but their stuff is not necessary stuff that I would just click on just to watch.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so let's go into the next bit, Dad, because we have quite...
Now, this is the one that we're all wanting to see.
Yes. My most anticipated movie of next year that probably won't come out next year. Deadpool 3. The rise in the actor strike is bloody gone crazy over this movie, and Ryan Reynolds is not allowed to improvise. They've shut down. A lot of stuff is kind of stopped because of the actors and writers strike.
Yeah, yeah.
But we've heard that obviously Hugh Jackman's coming back. We announced that on one of the other episodes. We've talked about how Ryan Reynolds is not allowed to improvise. But we did recently get an image of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in their Deadpool and Wolverine outfits.
In a fight scene.
Yeah, which looks amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
I really like the Wolverine suit.
Yep.
Even though that I kind of want his shirt, not his shirt, but his top sleeves to be cut off. I get why they did the sleeves because Hugh Jackman has skin cancer.
Oh, okay. Well, he's probably prone to it. Yep.
Well, yeah,
Being a white guy.
and that's probably why they did. And I think they want to do they're probably going to get the helmet later.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
If you have a look at that symbol, I don't know how. Is this a proper?
No, but I think the logo.
Yeah, the logo's got.
Proper, except for that bit. I added that bit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But yeah, I think that because originally the I for that bit was this thing in the background, Deadpool's face with the Wolverine claw marks in it.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
But yeah, I think that this movie has the potential to be one of the best MCU movies.
But there's a lot of characters coming into this, isn't there?
Yes, and that's why we're going to record with the podcast, but I'm obviously going to leave them more on the podcast channel if everyone's interested. We are going to review all the Fox Marvel movies.
Can't wait.
Yes. I'm really excited for the reviews later because I think that we have some more positive than negative things to say about them.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, because I think that the fact that you already have Jennifer Garner announced, because she's confirmed.
What's she playing?
Elektra.
Oh, in this. She's coming into this. Yeah, right.
So, and then you already have...
But she died.
Yeah, but then... yeah,
How does that work?
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be like... I don't know if Deadpool's going to be like ripping on the Daredevil and Elektra, like jumping through them or what, but we're going to see Jennifer Garner. That's why I think that we're going to see Ben Affleck as Daredevil.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like... I was saying to Mum last night is that there's even a lot of interviews where Affleck's like, well, I don't really like talking about like the relationship stuff. I'm not that type of person, but Affleck has kind of confirmed that they still talk to each other.
Yeah, okay.
And they're very friendly.
Yep. Well, it's good.
So I think that's why I'm going like, and because apparently there have been rumors going around that Affleck has been spotted on the set of Deadpool 3.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, I don't know how he's going to fit into that suit. Not that he's... Like, he's bigger now.
Yeah, but they all bloody trim down for different characters, or they beef up for other characters. Mate, that's what they do. That's why they get paid the big bucks.
He's huge now. Not that he's fat, but he's, like, muscle huge.
Well, maybe he's been working out.
Because, like, you see him as Batman, you're like, how can this guy fit in the bloody Daredevil outfit?
Well, they just make a new one.
But then you have apparently rumours of Halle Berry and Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen and stuff coming back.
What's Ian McKellen play?
Magneto.
Yeah.
You have...
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
He was old in the first one.
Oh, yeah, no, he's still alive.
Yeah, I know, I'm only joking.
But you have apparently Patrick Stewart coming back as Professor X.
Yep.
And then I don't know if they're going to get... I would assume they would get James Marsden back, which I really want to see him back as Cyclops, because I don't think he's got... In all these X-Men movies, he's never really got his due.
No.
Like, he's been a good character in those movies, but he hasn't... In the comics, he's the leader of the X-Men, but you don't really get that leader sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Because these movies, they more focus on Hugh's Wolverine.
Yeah.
Because they're like... These movies are Wolverine and the X-Men, not X-Men and Wolverine.
Yeah.
So, which you would kind of get, because Wolverine is more the fan favourite character.
Yep.
But there are people that do like Cyclops and Jean Grey and stuff that don't think that they got really their due.
Yeah, okay.
So, but I'm excited for Deadpool 3 because I think that we're going to get the potential Deadpool kills the Fox universe based on the comic Deadpool kills the Marvel universe.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well. Let's wait and see. So it's next year, or supposedly?
Well,
but
it is next year, but I don't think that they're going to push it to 2025. I think they're going to keep it in 2024.
yeah, might be just a bit later in the year.
Yeah, because originally it was pushed. I think it was November or August.
This year.
No, last year.
Oh,
Next
okay.
year, sorry. And
Yeah.
then it was pushed to not February, but
In 2025.
no, 2024.
Well, but they brought it forward.
They brought it forward. I can't remember by how much, but we didn't have to wait too long for it.
Cool.
But I don't know what that's going to be with the actors from Rise Struck at the moment.
Yeah. Well, no one knows much at the moment.
I don't know if it's going to be in the middle of those 2 months that they originally announced it.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be like a November, September release.
Yeah, right, okay.
So, because I don't think it will be February, because even though that every Deadpool movie has been released in February,
Yep.
I don't think there's no point of it shooting and getting edited in a span of not even 12 months.
No, exactly.
Because you would also need CGI, and I think this one would have to be a CGI-heavy movie.
Well, most of them are.
Yeah, but this one you would have to have, like... Because the plot of this movie is that Owen Wilson is going to be in it as well.
As old mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because apparently you're going to have him as the villain, and the TVA are kind of... from Loki are basically going to try and arrest Deadpool.
Oh, right, okay.
Because... if you remember at the end of Deadpool 2, he makes that little time machine watch.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And apparently he's going to be... We're basically going to see more of an effect of what he caused with speaking with X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yep.
And in the Super Duper cut, talking to little baby Hitler.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So we're going to see them trying to arrest him for all these different timelines gone crazy.
Yep.
Because he's kept doing all this stuff.
Yep.
So I think him and Wolverine are going... Either if it's Deadpool and Wolverine or just Deadpool, they're going to get arrested by the TVA.
Mm-hmm.
Then, much like Loki, they're going to break out and then they're going to do something, bring in those X-Men and Elektra, Daredevil, Fantastic Four characters.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
So...
Cool. Oh,
yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Exactly. So I'm very excited for that movie. So we'll go on to the next one, which is also MCU. Tom Holland and Zendaya have signed on to do Spider-Man 4. This makes me really excited. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. After No Way Home, I'm really excited to see where the story goes. They finally made Tom Holland Spider-Man and not Iron Boy Jr.
Okay.
Because in the first two, he's very much using Iron Man's tech in his suit. In the first one, he has like the Karen, very much the Jarvis.
Yeah.
And then he has the Tony Stark Edith glasses in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, I don't know if they're still going to bring Happy and stuff into it, but the first Tom Holland trilogy was very much a spiritual sequel to the Iron Man trilogy.
Yeah, right, okay.
Where it was like, because when you see the Iron Man trilogy, that was Iron Man becoming less selfish and more like, I need to give a shit about everyone.
Yeah.
And then when you legit had Iron Man in the first one, in Homecoming, and then you had the looming, I guess, ghost type thing of Iron Man in the second one, with all the murals and that sort of stuff, where he's painted on the walls and stuff because of Endgame, because he died.
Yeah.
But I think No Way Home was the first one where it's like they still used a lot of the Iron Man stuff, but did in the... Because apparently No Way Home was going to be completely Iron Man.
Yeah, okay.
Like the Goblin was going to be using Iron Man tech on his Goblin suit.
Yeah.
And painted purple. Which that was like... I'm glad that they didn't do, because it's like you're getting away from what people don't like about that version of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which is the Iron Boy Jr. aspect. But I want to see what they do with Spider-Man 4. I'm curious if they're going to bring Daredevil into it, or they're And
So you said that Zendaya's in it, but how come you've got this chick on it?
oh, that is a fan-made image, but yeah, no, we also think that Gwen Stacy is going to be introduced.
Yeah, right.
We don't know who's going to be playing her.
Yep.
But he needs a new assortment of friends. Because if you remember, everyone doesn't know who the hell he is.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
So he needs to introduce himself to either a Gwen and a Harry or something like that.
What's the news guy? What's his name?
Oh, J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah. No,
I need pictures of Spider-Man!
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mate, I'll send you a nice box of Christmas meat. Get off here!
Cool.
He's bloody hilarious in those movies. Even the bit in Spider-Man 3 where he's doing his pills, and it's like, not that one. Not that one. It's like, and then he opens it, it's like, make sure you drink some water with it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we also think that Venom is going to be tied into this new trilogy as well.
Yeah, right, okay.
And then also Miles Morales get introduced, and we would think that Daredevil and Kingpin might also be used in this trilogy, because Kingpin is a Daredevil villain and a Spider-Man villain.
Yep.
And that's why you get a lot of team-ups of Daredevil and Spider-Man a lot in the comics,
Yeah, okay.
because they both team up to defeat Kingpin.
Yep.
So the fact that we now have Kingpin and Daredevil
In the
and
same movie.
in the same universe now,
Yeah.
with both She-Hulk, No Way Home, and Hawkeye,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're going to go into Echo,
Yep.
which is a series that they're dropping all at once and not doing the week-to-week thing. Where,
Echo, never heard of it.
well, Echo's the deaf chick in Hawkeye. The chick
Oh!
that kept doing the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh, so
she's
that's a
got-
new series that's coming out. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, okay. Cool.
But yeah, she's going to be getting her own series, and we're going to get Kingpin and Daredevil in that.
Yep.
And then, depending on the rise strike and what they're doing with it, we're also getting Daredevil Born Again.
Yep.
Which, apparently I've seen, like, there's set fires out there that apparently it takes place during the blip.
Yeah, okay.
So Daredevil is a hero that didn't get blipped.
Yep. So he kept soldiering on in his merry way.
Yeah, which makes me very curious to see, but I'm very excited for this. Dad, any thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, yeah. So when another Spider-Man. Woo!
I mean, if there were two heroes in the world that were only game movies, there was Batman and Spider-Man, I would be right
Yeah,
there,
I know. That's all you're interested in. Yeah, woo! Another Spider-Man, another Batman. Yeehaw. Oh, yeah, you know what? It'll probably be all right. I'd probably go and see it. But yeah.
I mean, we always see the Marvel movies, so
Yeah, we
I
do.
don't think there's one that we missed.
No, exactly.
Unless it was like one very early on from 2008 to like 2015.
Yeah.
Because that era we weren't
No.
seeing any.
No, exactly.
It
Well, we've
until
seen most of them on DVD, or DVD or streaming anyhow, so...
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, no, it'll be all right.
But yeah, so I'm excited to see what happens, and yeah, so let's talk about this more MCU. But apparently, Margot Robbie and Adam Driver have rejected Fantastic Four. This is news to me.
So who... Margot and who else?
Adam Driver,
That's old mate.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not going to do it?
No, because that was still in. Now, they weren't confirmed when we did the last podcast, but they were in rumor mill and it was likely to happen.
Yeah, okay.
But I think that they rejected the amount of pay that they were getting for it.
Oh, what? I'm only getting paid $10 million, I want 20.
Yeah, it's like really, it's like
And we do this for nothing.
yeah, exactly.
We don't even make $1.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I'm gonna look at this because someone did, I guess, bring out who was gonna be cast as Sue Storm, because it wasn't gonna be Emily Blunt. It was gonna be someone else. I'm trying to look for the bloody actress.
So nothing's confirmed for this yet, is what you're saying?
No, a lot of this stuff isn't like we know that Spider-Man 4 is coming, but we don't necessarily know what
Yeah, or who?
or who. Other than
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
Zendaya.
with this Fantastic Four, nothing's confirmed.
Other than it's coming in like 2025,
Yeah, right, okay.
but it might be pushed because they pushed Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty, I think.
Yeah.
So it might be coming even later. So apparently the new actress for Fantastic Four is apparently Vanessa Kirby.
Never heard of her.
The chick that played the sister of Jason Statham in Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Apparently she's gonna be the one. I've heard rumors that apparently they're trying to get the dude from Doctor Who as Reed Richards.
Who's that?
I think it's the fourth Doctor.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to try and look up his name because God, I can't remember. Because I'm trying to. No, that's not it. Doctor Who actor.
Oh, I know who you mean.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Smith. They're trying to get Matt Smith to be Reed Richards, apparently.
Yeah, right, okay.
Which I can definitely see him as Reed Richards. Get those Doctor Who fans going. But no, I'm really excited to see what they do with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think the Fantastic Four is going to be one of those things where it's like they're going to know exactly what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
And stuff like that. So,
oh, we'll wait and see.
Exactly. I'm going to try and not whiz quickly, but do it quicker than we've been going.
So go to the next
so
one.
We can get to the reviews. Yeah. All right. So The Rock might be getting a Hobbs movie in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, I've seen. I think they are, aren't they?
Apparently, because
Yeah.
in Fast X, apparently the mid-credit scene is The Rock returning.
Yeah.
Which is, again, shocking because the, Hobbs and Shaw was The Rock and Jason Statham movie in Fast and Furious, and also he didn't like working with Vin Diesel.
Maybe they got over their little hissy fit.
Oh, maybe, but because like you would think that Fast X Part 2, the other one, is going to be because apparently they brought back bloody Paul Walker back
Well,
for Fast X.
how do you do that, mate? They used his brother, didn't they?
Used his brother and also used the bloody
The footage. Yeah.
like whatever it is, the stuff for the face and
Yeah, it's all AI stuff that they do.
yeah.
Yeah,
The AI again, shocking.
What?
The AI crap
Oh,
of how good it sounds.
yeah. It's, and, maybe they'll be...
Because I hear this so recently. I'm not going to play it because it's probably going to get copyrighted. But on TikTok, there was an AI. Well, someone made an AI of Taylor Swift singing "Life Is a Highway" from Cars,
Yeah, right.
and it sounded amazing. It sounded exactly like her,
Oh,
and I was like, "This is how you do it, Disney. This is how you get
Yeah,
dead
but-
actors and use their voices."
great.
Dude,
Good job.
It's like this is how you get West in a movie.
Beauty, just what we need.
We need West in a Batman movie.
Yeah.
But no, I think that having The Rock come back to Fast and Furious is good. I think that this is one of those movies I'll actually be waiting to see and buy because I actually...
Well, you quite liked Hobbs and Shaw, so...
And I also like The Rock.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of The Rock and I actually like Black Adam because of The Rock.
Yeah.
And I'm a big Rock person, so I think that this is going to be one of those movies that I actually would wait in line to see, as opposed to the other Fast and Furious where I'm like, I'll wait until it rolls out on DVD.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's get to the next one, Dad. Apparently, Jackie Chan is in talks to return for a new Karate Kid movie. This, again, shocking because this was the reboot in 2010. And I love Jackie Chan, so I would love to see a new Karate Kid with him.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah.
I quite like Jackie Chan. Watched the movie the other night while I was away for work with Jackie Chan and John Cena. Can't remember what it was called now. It's a good movie. It's alright.
Not Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem?
No. No. They didn't like each other in the beginning, but then they teamed up and they defeated the bad people.
Was it recent?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember what it was called now. What's it on Netflix anyhow?
Well, I'm sure we'll find it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I love the 2010 Karate Kid movie. This was, again, one of those movies that my bloody woodtech teacher would bloody play repeatedly because he loves watching the same bloody movies again.
That's it.
On the bus. Whether if it was this, whether if it was Paper Planes, whether if it was bloody Top Gun and National Treasure that we legit watched 2 years in a row, and I'm like, okay, mate, we get it.
You like it.
You like Top Gun and National Treasure. Doesn't mean that the rest of us do.
Yeah.
Because it's even worse when I was seeing Behind Pricey. I guess I can say their name. None of them watch it. But I was sitting next to Behind Pricey, and I saw him looking through all these movies, and guess what I see?
What?
Avengers, Fantastic Four, X-Men, all these other stuff. I'm like, okay, these movies that you put on are good, but what about these movies that these people actually bloody like?
Yeah.
And probably have never seen.
Maybe.
And at that point, I haven't even seen X-Men.
Oh, well.
So I was like, what about you put one of those on? It's like, Jesus. But again, Top Gun, National Treasure.
Yeah.
Great.
So, yeah. So when's the new Karate Kid coming out? Do we know?
Well, we're not too sure.
Okay.
It's talks.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, I do look at reliable sources.
Yeah.
But these reliable sources don't know enough about the release dates.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
But yeah, so next one, the next thing, Dad.
Do we have to talk about this?
Go Power Rangers! So apparently, a Power Rangers reboot has been confirmed by Hasbro and is coming to Netflix sooner than we expect.
Well, you've talked about this before.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, you said that there's going to be a...
But I don't know if it was confirmed at that point.
Oh, maybe not.
I think it was still in rumor mill.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, it was announced, but I don't think that they have confirmed it officially.
No.
Because Power Rangers is on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because that's what Once and Always is. That's what Beast Morphers is on. Like, that's a Netflix exclusive and all that.
Yeah.
But I think that what they've said is that Power Rangers itself is not over, but this current era of Power Rangers is over.
Yeah, right.
After Cosmic Fury.
Yeah.
So I think that after Cosmic Fury, that's when you're going to get into the more, I don't want to say Marvel or DC, but more the darker, gritty, realistic kind of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That you would see more in the 2017 movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think that's... I mean, again, this is just an art thing. I think it's like from a DV or something. But if they look something like this, that's how you make it not look stupid.
That's it.
And even that other design that we had when we first talked about this, they looked really good as well.
Yeah.
So there are ways... This is what I've been saying. There are ways to do Power Rangers that make it not look stupid.
Yeah.
Even though
they should have thought about that years ago, though.
Yeah, but 90s is... It's different when you're doing the 90s.
Yeah, I suppose.
And then it is a little weird when you're trying to get... Like, they do get better with the storylines and stuff with each series.
Yeah.
But I think that the more hard idea is trying to figure out, okay, what are the designs of the Rangers going to be?
Yeah.
Other than just spandex.
Yeah.
So...
True.
But I am curious to see what turns out. But yeah, so Dad, more DC. Apparently Wonder Woman 3 is in development with Gal Gadot and James Gunn and Peter Safran. So we don't know if this is... Again, the DCU at the moment is so confusing. We don't know if this is going to be in the DC universe with David Cornsweet and all that, or if it's going to be in Elseworlds, like the Batman and stuff, where it's not connected. We just know that James Gunn and Peter Safran are working with Gal on the Wonder Woman 3.
Yeah.
So, apparently Patty Jenkins is not attached, which... Thank God.
Who's that?
The director.
Oh, yeah.
Because after Bloody Wonder Woman 1984...
Yeah, it was a pretty
Jesus
ordinary.
Christ.
Yeah, it was not a great movie.
Get ready for that review at some point.
Anyway, so it's coming out. That's good.
Yeah, that's coming out soon. I'm very excited to see it whenever it gets a date. But I hope that most of this stuff is officially announced at Comic-Con next year when we go. Because if this Actors and Writers strike is still going on, I'm gonna be furious.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a pretty sad Comic-Con?
Not that it's going. It would be, because I haven't heard that Comic-Con this year was terrible. But it's always better when you have everything happening.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's true.
So I don't think next year, if the actors don't go, it's not going to be a horrible experience.
No.
But you would want to be there for the panels with the actors and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah. So, alright, next thing, let's talk about this because I need to suffer through this. Oh my god. So, I recently took a trip to Sydney with my friend Luke and my...
And you had a good time, Jack. You had a good time. The day was good.
Right. Yeah, the day was good.
Because you weren't at work. So anything's better than
Yeah, but the problem is that it was like, as soon as the alarm went off, I was like, really? On my day off, I need to wake up some stupid bloody time in the morning?
Jump on a plane and fly to Sydney.
Yeah, jump on a plane, fly to Sydney, and then... But the coolest thing, though, is that after Moon picked us up, we went to the fire station.
Yep.
You go tour the whole fire station.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we went in, we met some of the...
Fireys.
We saw the big fire trucks and stuff and all that. We didn't go in it because it was like kind of like if the SES were like, don't touch this. But we actually saw like where they work out, where they hang out and watch movies or shows when they're not on duty.
Yep.
And like their locker rooms and the bathrooms and stuff and the offices and stuff.
Yeah, right.
We saw a lot of that. Like,
how many fire trucks were there?
I think that there was one small one and one big one.
Okay.
I think that...
Because it was in the city that she works, isn't it?
Yeah. I think there was another one.
Yeah.
I think. But it was... because those doors led to the outside that we were going to walk to the restaurant anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Because after that we went for breakfast.
Yeah.
Which it was actually very nice for him to shout. I was happy with paying because I was actually because I had money.
Yeah,
but Mim was happy to pay for the meal.
Yeah.
And
so what was the game you went and saw?
Oh yeah, that's why I put this in. So it was
South Korea and Colombia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what was the game like?
So the game was good. When it got fucking kicked off. And then it started drag when you get into the bloody 10-15 minutes of
half time.
Well, no, it wasn't half time.
Or was it at the start before they kicked off?
What the frick do they call it? It's like spare time or something. Where they don't count it, but they still
at the end.
game.
At the end of the game, yeah, it's extra time.
Yeah, but they do it during both parts.
Yeah, they do it at the end of each half, don't they?
Yeah, so like when you got to that, I was like, okay, this is kind of dragging on a bit because I would have thought that they would have counted that.
Well, they do,
time, but they don't because the clock wasn't going.
No, but yeah, I don't know how it works. Yeah, but they did a similar thing when we went. You didn't go, but Harry, Mum, and I went round to a soccer game around here at West Leagues Club, year before, can't remember, might have been last year.
I was probably doing something.
Yeah, well, you weren't interested in going, so the three of us went because we got free tickets, and it was the Newcastle Jets playing Melbourne City, I think, and they did the same thing at the end of it. At the end of each half, they do this extra time because of time that is, if there's someone that gets injured, they don't stop the clock.
Yeah.
But they add it to the time. I don't know. I'd say
Yeah, like, I just found that aspect of it kind of weird.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but I was just kind of like, okay, this is really eating up time that you're not using time.
Yeah. But it was good though. Like you went, you fell asleep through part of it.
Well, but to be fair, that was during the end.
Yeah.
Because at the first half, I was actually really getting into it. I was taking photos for Mum because Mum wanted photos for her class.
Yep.
And then I gave her like a 5-10 minute
FaceTime
live broadcast. And then like she talked to Luke and the class talked to Luke, not a lot, but I talked to the class a little bit and talked to Mum a little bit. I was worried that she was going to mention my face to the kids, because it was still puffy as hell. So I was like, oh god, don't go like, oh well, your face is looking bad, Jacko. I was concerned that she was going to say that, but luckily she did. So, but no, I think that it's good if you're into sport and you can actually deal with it.
You're not into sport, but it was a good experience for you, Jack.
Yes, exactly. It's like that's why I don't go to a lot of games. Like, probably the reason why I didn't go to that one with you, Harry and Mum, because I was like, I know I'm going to fall asleep during this.
Yeah. Oh look, we got free tickets. We went for the afternoon. It was good fun. Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with going to see another one, but don't.
Well, trust me, the World Cup, you won't see this for another 5 years. And it won't be, but even then, it's not in Australia, it'll be in some other country. So you won't see it for years, mate. So.
Exactly, because I don't think there's a lot of soccer games that happen in Sydney anyway.
Oh, you're right. Well, they play soccer everywhere, but yeah. But anyway, had fun. Good job.
I'm a little tired from it.
Yeah.
But.
Yep. Yeah, just tired talking about it.
Yeah. See, I blame you, soccer. Now, let's get into the reviews. So, the first one up is Transformers Rise of the Beast. Now, I've seen most of the Transformers movies, not all of them. Thank goodness that's better than The Last Night. And thank goodness that's better than the animated movie.
I've seen a couple, not many. Maybe the first one and the second, but...
I think you've seen the Mark Wahlberg one.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so that one...
But how many did he do? Did he do 3?
He did 2.
2.
Shia LaBeouf did 3.
I don't know. I can't remember which ones I have seen. But this was good, though. Actually, I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did as well. I think that this one was actually really, really good. And I think that... Okay, this... Again, we are going to do spoilers because by this time I didn't...
most people would have seen it by now. I think,
well, exactly. But I didn't put up my review of it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
But this is spoilers because the other one's a non-spoiler review. But let's hop into this first. They've set up Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I don't understand that myself.
G.I. Joe, real American heroes.
Yeah, I don't understand that. So those G.I. Joe movies that I've seen, they're like Snake Eyes, and is that what you're talking about?
I think that this one, I don't know if this one's a reboot or what, but this one is like...
Why is there a connection between G.I. Joe and Transformers?
Because they're all made by Hasbro.
Oh, okay, right.
And at the beginning of this movie, we even saw the Hasbro logo.
Yeah.
So, I think they're trying to build...
What, a Transformers universe?
Oh, just
like every...
Just a Hasbro Cinematic Universe in general. Because now they...
What's that about? They're doing it with all of this stuff.
Because in 2020 or 2019, they bought Power Rangers, so I think Power Rangers now are going to hop into it and...
Amazing.
Stuff like that, so you're now going to get Transformers versus Power Rangers.
No, but they'll all be on the same side, wouldn't they?
I mean, you might not know at first.
Oh, who knows?
We could
What's-
get
what's-
Optimus Prime, Bumblebee versus Bloody Megazord.
Oh, super
And-
duper.
And the Dragozord, that's going to be awesome.
I think that'll trash it.
That will not trash it at all. I think they'll figure out a way to make it not seem ridiculous that we'll like it.
Let's hope so.
Because even though that Hasbro did Once and Always, I think they'll more update it for the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the thing on Netflix was more of a celebration of 30 years
Okay.
of Power Rangers and not like we're trying to kick something off.
Yep.
Even though that they probably will, and they'll probably do like an episode 2 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's something that they're going to go like, this is our main Power Rangers.
Yeah, yeah.
Because those actors are really old.
Yeah.
So I think that they're going to do a new thing with the movies. But this actually makes me very excited to see what they want to do with the Hasbro movies.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Because you get like... Because I think you'll also get like Rom the Space Knight. So I don't know
Never heard
what
of
the
that.
hell that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
And then obviously G.I. Joe. I'm going to look up Hasbro properties and because apparently Mattel also wants to start making movies after Barbie. Which, God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because they've want to do a Hot Wheels movie, they want to do a Uno movie,
You know.
the
You know cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't,
Super
don't start. Oh, because God, I would not want to see that. Hasbro prop. But I thought that the movie was really good. I think that these are the weaker characters though, not the Transformers, but the human characters.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think you get the stronger ones with like Haley Steinfeld and Bumblebee, and like Sam Witwicky and Michaela in the first two.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And then obviously I would put Mark Wahlberg honestly above these.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that there are a lot of things to do with that world.
Yeah, right, okay.
I want to try and look for Hasbro properties. We're going to look at these properties and we're going to go like, are these going to be movies? Because some of these I probably wouldn't want to see as movies. So apparently, I don't want to read all this, but apparently, Monopoly.
Oh, God, let's hope not.
You have My Little Pony.
Yeah, that probably will be.
You have Peppa Pig. I can't do it. My sick voice is...
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, it's a TV show.
Yeah. So obviously you have Transformers, and then you have oh my God, what are they called? I'm gonna go on to actually, I'm gonna go all and see what, because God, the Hasbro. I'm gonna go on the Hasbro's official website because they'll probably have more. Oh yeah, so let's have a look here. I think that they, yeah, so Potato Heads.
Yeah, as in Mr. Potato Head? And
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
the Toy Story version.
Why not?
Just Potato Heads in general.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, that's right. I think they do some Star Wars and Marvel stuff, but they do Hero Quest. I don't know what the hell.
So if they do some... I don't know what Hero Quest is, but if they do some Star Wars stuff, they'd have to get...
Yeah, but the problem is that
Licensed.
Disney has that.
That's what I mean. They'd
So-
have to... Yeah.
But
And probably
obviously-
Disney wouldn't want to give it up, I wouldn't think.
No, because they make a shit ton of money with that.
Yeah, yeah.
But they have Monopoly. They have Transformers. They have Nerf.
Yeah.
They have Peppa Pig.
As in Nerf guns and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
They have Play-Doh.
Yep.
They have Baby Alive, whatever the frick that is. Yeah, don't get me started. They have My Little Pony. They have oh my God, PJ Masks. I don't know what the hell that is. Power Rangers, which I definitely think is going to be something. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, well, they've made a movie of that.
Exactly.
That's just
so-
recently.
Yeah, so
But is that a Mattel?
Well, it says Hasbro.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Mattel, weren't you?
No, like, what I was trying to do was, like, those would be good movies, though, was what I was trying to do out of Hasbro.
But like, see, Transformers is Hasbro.
Yeah. Hasbro, Transformers, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe. Those are the main three well-known ones that you would definitely get some money out of.
Yeah. They did Dungeons and Dragons. That's a movie that was just recently out.
Which I think that's something that you would also get. I don't know if they'll rush out and do a sequel.
Yeah.
But I think that you will get enough interest in those 4 properties.
Yeah.
Even to the adult market, where it's like, oh, it's a superhero thing, but this is more popular with kids, but this one actually seems more adult than kid.
Yeah.
But I think that this movie sets up the universe well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this movie... I think I prefer Bumblebee over this movie, though.
Oh, Bumblebee's a good movie. Both of those Bumblebee movies were good.
I think Bumblebee drags less. I think this one went on a little long.
Oh, you reckon?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I think... But the thing is, too, is that, like... I think that some of the human stuff I was kind of getting sick of.
Yeah. I didn't mind it.
Like, I liked Noah getting the Transformers body Mirage hand thing and then eventually getting a full suit.
Yeah.
I liked that, but it was one of the things where I was like, when you had the whole thing of like, Noah and the chick need to go down and find the thing because the Autobots are too big to go down the hole.
Yeah.
I thought that like, it made sense story-wise, but I was going like, the Autobots are the reason why we're here.
Yeah.
But I think that there was more more Transformers than there was humans, which was good because that's something that you would have big criticism. We have big criticisms of the other ones.
Yeah.
Other than Bumblebee.
Yeah, true.
But I think that they've found their footing with Transformers with this, like, taking the G1 designs and actually modernizing them and making them bigger. And stuff like that. But I think that even the designs of the Transformers are better because they look like the original cartoon designs.
Yeah.
And not like I don't want to call them mess, but in the Bay movies they did more like let's do the bloody suit, well, not suit, but the actual Autobots, like the inside of cars. That's why you see a lot of metal and grey and that sort of stuff. And that's why you occasionally get the red and stuff and the yellow. But for the majority of the time, it was just grey and silver because it was more the engine and stuff.
Yeah, true.
Which this one was more like, let's actually see Optimus Prime's windows on the outside of the car, outside of the truck.
And yeah.
And the wheels on the side and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I think...
Well, they're really well done, though. Like
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the way they move and how they then, they're a car and then all of a sudden they turn into a...
Yeah.
Transformer.
Yeah. I think that the way... I think I like the...
But what I don't understand is, like, you've got Optimus Prime and Bumblebee and...
Yeah.
Who was the Porsche? What was his name?
This one.
Yeah, what was...
Mirage,
that's it. He was cool. But then you've got the ape and the rhino and the eagle or the hawk or whatever. Yeah, but they don't transform into anything, though.
They do.
Well, no, they...
They did, didn't they?
No,
they transformed into animals.
Well, what were they before that? They were always animals. They just put different armour on. When they transformed, they just put... Like, they were always a robot, but then when they were going into battle...
When Cheetah flipped over that rock, he turned into more of a walking transformer.
Yes, that's what I mean. But they were animals, but they also looked like animals at the end. Whereas those other, like Mirage
which are Autobots and stuff, cars turning into robots.
Well, yeah, and they walked. Whereas these the animal ones, they basically moved
like animals.
the same
Well,
way.
I think that's what our theory was.
So what is the difference? So who are they? You've got the Transformers.
Yeah, the ones up here.
Yeah, and what are the animal ones called?
The Maximals.
Maximals, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, because like you had things like Optimus Primal, which is the ape.
Yeah.
Because he even says in that clip that I showed you last night, was like, named after you. The Optimus Prime.
Prime, yeah.
And then, like, you also had, like, Cheetah.
Yeah.
And then you had...
I don't know, the breeze is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Are you two recording?
Yeah.
Yep. Do you want coffee? Or
No, I'm cool. No, I'm fine for the moment.
Right.
You okay, Dad?
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering why this is running, but it's not running.
I'm just doing gas
I
stuff.
feel like that's all. Sorry, I've turned my mic off.
Oh, it's alright, I did too.
Yeah, running. Away we go.
But yeah, like, I think that this movie was really good, and I think that a lot of the people wouldn't know these three of the Transformers.
No, what was the combi van? I can't remember his name.
Oh my god. But you also had the dude that turned into the bloody...
Motorcycle.
No.
What was her name? Can't remember what her name was.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
RC.
Yeah.
But you also had the Autobot who turned into a bloody warplane or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that old dude. He was cool.
Yeah, but he vomited the first time he rocked up. I was like, what the fuck? This is meant to be like a kid's movie.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really, but yeah.
And it was like, and Mirage just gone like, yeah, I think I would drive there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I think that Transformers Rise of the Beast was really good. And I think it was one of those things where it was like you had them building out a universe. And I think that the universe is not going to be, it's going to be really well received.
Yeah.
But I think that the name is just a little ridiculous. Like, they're trying to do a Hasbro cinematic universe.
Yeah, great. Another cinematic universe.
I know. That's
Okay.
the fault of the 20th century. But, yeah. Alright, so let's go on to the next one because I won't get to these other ones. So, yesterday, my mum dragged me out to a movie, which is very rare for her. And we saw The New Boy, which... I'll say this. And I guess we can talk about this too, Dad. People need to see Australian movies because the Australian filmmaking company do some pretty well movies. Not that they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's one of those things where it's like you do have a lot of interesting things that certain people, if you're into that sort of thing, will enjoy.
Yeah. We don't have Australia doesn't have the big budgets like America does, where you get the big explosions and stuff like that and all of that type of stuff. Whereas Australia is more around telling stories.
Shoot a lot of American stuff out here.
Oh, they do, but that's good. But the reason that they come out here, Jack, is because the Australian government has given all of these movie, like Marvel or Disney and stuff like
Mainly
that.
Disney because Fox
these
Studios
tax breaks, right? So they come out here because it's cheaper to make a movie than what it is in America, which is good. It's good for our industry in that the fact that it gives Australian actors an opportunity to be part of those big movies. But at the same time, I believe there's a little bit of... It can be of some detriment to the Australian film industry because we don't have the cash to, some of these actors, the Margot Robbies of the world who get paid big dollars, and Hugh Jackman and stuff like that. But then you've got the likes of Cate Blanchett, who was in this, who is a big name actress in America and has done big movies in America, but she also spends a lot of time on Australian stuff as well.
Yeah, because like you have her, like the two standouts was definitely her and oh my god, the chick who did that
Deborah Mailman.
show.
The Aboriginal girl, Deborah Mailman.
Is it Deborah?
She was on Play School years ago.
She was on. She was during the era that I was watching Play School.
Yeah.
And also,
She's very funny, Deborah
yeah,
Mailman.
she was.
Yeah.
She's also really good in that show that I actually didn't mind. That I don't know if it was history or geo, but it was about Parliament, I think.
Yeah, it was Deborah Mailman. I can't remember the name, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but she was really good in that show. I think that she's one of those actors that, like, to people like us, she's an A-lister, but to people like in America and stuff, would be like your C, D-list.
Maybe. But you know what? They spend a lot of time developing the Australian industry, right?
I think that's why not a lot of people know her, because she is...
because she stays in
like-
Australia.
Yeah, because she does a lot of films in Australia, and
Yeah.
she supports the Australian film industry, and she doesn't really go over to that American...
But it's like all of
side.
those guys, like who's old mate in Secret Invasion at the moment? The head of the Skrulls.
Oh, Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn, Australian guy, you know, does Australian stuff, you know,
Yeah,
really
exactly.
good. Old mate who was in Iron Man 3. He was the bad dude in Iron Man 3.
Oh, freak. Not Ben Kingsley.
No.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, Australian guy. You know, Guy Pearce, I think he was in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. You know,
Probably.
big Australian actors that have gone overseas, and good on them. It furthers their career. But again, they support the Australian industry. They basically live in Australia.
Yeah, because, like, Kate Blanchett does a lot of both.
She does. Yeah.
Because, like, whether if it's your Thor Ragnaroks or your Indiana Jones 4s or
Yeah.
something like that. Sorry, my nose is a bit... We don't have any tissues here. But, I don't want to blow my nose on the air. But, no, so I think,
You can stop and go and get some if you want to do that.
I just want to keep going and get this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the movie, Jack. Was it a good movie?
Yeah, I liked it. I think it was just one of those movies that it's like, it's not, like, not that it's not my genre, because I can sit through it.
Yeah.
But it does come to a point where you just kind of like, this is going along for a little long.
Yeah, but see, you are so used to the movies that have big explosions. There's a lot of
Well,
mayhem.
it wasn't that. Because, like, again, like, not, it had a lot of humour in it. Don't get me wrong. But it was one of the things where it was like, your main focus is on this kid, which they legit called the new boy.
Yeah.
That's like his name throughout until they do something to him and they get rid of, like, I guess that spark of his culture that Mum was describing yesterday. And they gave him a real name.
Well, it's how not that I've seen it, but from what Mum was saying, is that how when European settlement came, we imposed our values and culture onto Aboriginal people, which in turn they lost their culture because
Exactly.
You know,
And I think it's a very important film.
Yeah.
For a lot of people to watch. But I think it's one of those things where it's like you need to kind of understand Aboriginal culture and kind of understand what your past is and like how Christian works type stuff.
Yeah. Christianity works, yeah.
Because not that Christianity is the main focus, but there is a lot of
well, he ends up on a
church-
mission, doesn't he?
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
like a lot of church scenes.
Yeah, it's
and
a
there's
mission
also-
that they go to.
Yeah,
and that's what
also
happened.
Kate Blanchett's like a priest.
Well, she's
like,
a nun.
Nun, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she runs the church and stuff there. So I think it's
Yeah.
one of those things where you just, if you don't understand Aboriginal or Christianity culture,
Yeah.
you might be a little lost.
Yeah.
Because I think that while the movie's actually really good, I think that also if you're someone like me who likes Australian movies and stuff like that, it wasn't that it didn't have explosions, because there was actually a really intense fight scene that I actually really did like.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't an action scene, it was actually them putting out a fire with a montage of the kids staying up at the house doing stuff at the church,
Yeah.
which was a very powerful scene. But again, it was one of those things where it was like, it came to a point when Mum said that they did that thing to the kid yesterday, and gave him a real name. I was getting bored through that part, so I slept a little bit.
Well, I'm not allowed to, but you are.
No, but like the thing is that like I didn't have anyone there basically saying wake up until Mum would occasionally nudge me.
Like you do to me.
But it's like, it's basically like, look, stop, I've had a bloody, not that I had an awful week at work, but I keep waking up early, that's a problem.
Oh, you get that. Just like the rest of us, Jack. But anyway, it was a good movie though.
Yeah, it was a good movie overall. Like, I would definitely recommend watching it. Because I said to Mum, the movie's not awful, it's not one of the worst movies I've seen. Like, every movie I gave this year, maybe except for 2 or 3, I've given 4 out of 5 stars to.
And you do that for this one?
This one was a 3.5.
Yep. Yeah, so
So it wasn't a bad movie. It's just one of those things where it's like, even the movie, because like, I don't just like things with big explosions. Because my second favorite movie of the year is Scream 6. That doesn't really have a lot of explosions in it. It's mainly horror.
Yeah.
So it's
that's
not
cool.
really the explosion stuff. It's just like, do I understand the culture? Can I accept this story for what they're trying to do?
Yeah.
And I think I can. I think it's just one of those things where it's like, if you don't watch a lot of those films like I do, you're kind of like, well, how does this society work?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good.
So,
I'll have to go and watch it.
yeah, the problem, and this is another thing that we can quickly talk about. Making shit at 10 o'clock in the bloody morning.
Well, for the local cinemas where it's being screened at. Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
It is, and that's the thing. And see, this is where the Australian industry, like, it becomes
I don't want to
a
say
bit
that
of...
they're dumb, but they're like, they don't think of, let's make it more of a wide release so we can, okay, 2 showings, but not 1 at 10.
Yeah. And see, this is the thing, Jack. They don't want to... They'll show it in one theatre. They'll put it on at some silly time in the morning when everyone's at work.
Yeah.
And that's because... The reason they do that is because it's not so much because it's an Australian film, but it's got a different storyline. It doesn't pull the crowds in because it's not that mayhem and of explosions and car chases and death and destruction. It tells a story of, of Australia, basically, of early Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really sad. But for local picture theatres like here, it's a commercial excuse as well. Like, oh, well, we put it on at that time in the morning. No, there's not going to be a lot of people around. And it's one theatre that we opened, so we're not going to make a lot of money off it. And it's like, well, yeah, that's fine. But
you need to kind of... You need
to
to
put a couple...
understand that not a lot of people are going to be awake at 9 o'clock or whatever.
Well, they're going to be at work. This is through the week. They'll be at work.
Oh, I was maybe talking about the weekend.
But weekend. Put it on for an afternoon.
Yeah,
and
it's like, if you want to do one show on, that's fine, but you're not going to get a really good... Like, I don't think that they're looking for a great box office, because I don't think it's one of those things where they're going to make a sequel. But I think it's one of those things where it's like, you need to kind of understand, if you want a decent amount of numbers, you need it as a less showing.
Yeah, and and the reason we make movies, not only for the entertainment, but it's the people who make movies is to make money out of.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
to tell their story, but also to make money.
Exactly.
And that's why we need to support the industry. And as I said, Jake, if you ever end up in the movie industry, you're going to start in Australia. So you got to support the Australian stuff.
Exactly. And it's not that I don't like Australian films, because I think that most of those Trop Fests are Australian, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Those things, I don't think that... I think that there are ways to expand those stories out into a full movie.
Yeah.
Because when those films hit, they hit.
Yeah.
But when you have a miss, like what was a miss of? I thought was a miss. I thought that one of the kids like playing with the Hot Wheels cousins was a bit of a miss.
Oh no, that wasn't for me. That wasn't a miss. That was. You need to watch that again now that you're a little bit older, Jack, and you'll get what that was about.
Because like the I forgot what it was. I think
Because there was no dialogue in that at all.
Oh, there's no dialogue in any of them.
Oh no, except for Boo.
Oh, one word. Boo. Yeah. You see, those movies are good, and they're Australian,
Yeah, yeah.
but they're also shorts. I think that Australia's good at feature-length stuff. I think it's just one of those things where it's like, if someone's not interested in that type of drama, because I like dramas, but it depends on the drama.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
This one was a drama. It had me in the first, like, hour or so.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, but then when it got to a certain point, I kind of
Got a little bit slow for you.
got a little slow, and that's why I started to fall asleep. But then I got up at the right moment, and it kind of picks back up a little bit.
That's all right.
So, but yeah, no, it's good. So I would definitely recommend going and seeing it.
Okay.
So the Jack Films podcast for today.
Yes.
Very
Thank
very
you.
long
It's
edit.
all good.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to get into next month. I don't think next month we're gonna be. Well, this is meant to be for the July episode,
Yeah.
but I think when we get to the end of this month, I don't think we're gonna be having a lot of films to talk about.
I'm sure you'll find something to talk about, Jack. You always do.
We're probably more likely to do the retro review
Maybe.
stuff, because I think this month is kind of dead because I don't really want to see the Meg. And
Oh, come on, why not? It's
worse than Power
superb.
Rangers.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's on a par.
And then, but yeah, so guys, please hit the like button down below and hit subscribe and also hit the little bell icon to get enough future videos of the podcast and videos in general. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Okay, see ya. Bye.